Hello and welcome back to We the Panel, a Terrace House podcast. My name is James and we're back, guys. It's been a little while. We took a little break, but we are back and we're ready to go. As you can see, we have a three-person panel today, but we're still ready to get everything done with Terrace House. So as I said, my name is James and I will introduce the other panelists, starting with our resident TikToker, Cheska. How you doing today?
I'm going well. That's not English, but I'm doing good.
Right on. I'm going well.
Yeah, 2 months. Shut up.
Oh my
2 months out of school, it's like my English grammar has gone down the drain.
That's like an actual thing. I'm pretty sure that's an actual thing.
Yeah.
You're definitely not the only one to feel that way.
Oh, thank God.
Like, I remember, I would even after just like a Christmas break or something, I would go back to school and just be writing, and I'd be like, "Wow, my writing is horrible."
How do I hold a pencil? Yeah, I feel like
that's facts.
Yeah. But speaking of pencil, speaking of other people in this podcast, we do have a very special person with us today because today is his birthday. Yeah. So, introducing the birthday boy, Tim. How are you doing today?
I'm doing real well, man. Yeah, it's my birthday.
Yeah.
Yes. How old? No, don't say it. It's okay. I'm joking.
All good. I turned 24 today.
Yeah.
Wow. 24 and young.
Wow.
24 years
I
young.
am in my mid-20s now. That's...
But you're still young.
Yeah, I know. I'm not saying I'm old, but I'm mid-20s. I'm out of that.
Hey, man. For 24... you don't look a day over 23.
Oh my God. All right.
But now that we've introduced all the panelists, we will get straight into it. But before we do, I believe that our birthday boy does have some announcements to say. So
I do. To all of our lovely listeners listening to us right now, We the Panel, a Terrace House podcast, can be found on all podcasting platforms. So you can't just find us here, like on YouTube. I mean, you can, obviously, but not just here, but on major ones like Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and more obscure ones like Breaker and Radio Public. Yeah. And if you want to find all things Terrace House related, you can take a look at our Anchor. That's anchor.fm/we-the-panel. If you see the brown background with the gray house, that's us.
Nice. And you can also find us on our Instagram at We the Panel Pod, where I will throw little clips of anything in the episode, anything that I find to be funny or anything that I find to be interesting. It'll be there, plus any extra stuff that we do.
Behind the scenes clips, any announcements. Yeah, keep up to date with all of our stuff on Insta.
When I say this, please follow our Instagram because James actually edits pretty funny clips. Yes. And it makes me reminisce like all of the funny bits that we've done the past year. So
yeah. I haven't told you guys anything, but I have a few plans for some additional stuff to put other than just like little tidbits of our actual episode.
Ooh, right on.
But once again, follow us there so y'all can find out what that is.
Yes.
But now that is over, we will get on to Terrace House Boys and Girls Next Door, episode 42, titled Shaking Emotions. Alright, so the episode starts, as it always does, with a little recap of what happened last episode. So what happened? We got to see Yosuke and Midori do a little photo shoot, building a little bit of chemistry there. Even though Midori did say that she's like cool with her boyfriend and stuff like that. So I don't know what's happening in that situation. But also, we did find out that Miwako does still like Daiki, so they went on a little date. And that is when Daiki basically shut her down. Yeah. But the episode actually starts in the kitchen where we see Rina, Daiki, and Midori. And that's when we find out that starting on that day, Daiki started his diet. So he, instead of like eating everything that he normally does, he was eating... Tim, what was he eating today?
He's eating somen, which is like ramen, but not rice noodles or egg noodles. It's like it's made out of flour. So yeah.
Some really bland looking stuff.
Yeah,
that's great.
Plain tofu and somen. So like, to all of our listeners, just imagine eating plain spaghetti and nothing on it. It looks disgusting.
But then Miwako does show up, and as soon as she shows up, I could just feel the vibes feeling kind of off as soon as she showed up. Like, maybe not for the girls, but specifically for Daiki, he was just kind of like sitting there eating his noodles. But, eventually Rina leaves and Daiki leaves. So Miwako is talking with Midori about how she wants to make something special for Daiki for his diet, which is cool. So, Tim, Mr. Birthday Boy, I have a question for you, because you yourself have delved into kind of a self-made diet. Didn't you? You went keto for a while. No, not keto.
I did go keto.
You went keto for a while. So, how difficult is that?
Specifically for keto, the first couple days, your body has to go into ketosis, right? And so you feel out of it because you're not getting the carbs that your body usually gets. And when you're lacking in something, I feel like your body naturally craves whatever it needs, right?
Right.
So I just anything I would eat, doesn't matter the amount of it was just protein or just fruit or whatever, or veggies, I just kept feeling hungry. So I had to shut it down. It's a lot of mind over matter. So with Daiki right now, I think his mindset is I'm not eating for enjoyment. This is just sustenance so I can do my workout and that's it.
That's so sad to me though, because I swear there's tasty ways to go on a diet,
There are, but I mean, if we're going for strict efficiency, pound for pound, the less flavor type of stuff maybe there are some people out there that can prove me wrong. If we have any listeners out there, please drop cool recipes down below that are
please.
I remember there's this one time, Tim, I'm pretty sure you might remember this, but we went to you and I in particular went to a pizza place, but this is when you were on your diet, and you used to do this thing where you always brought a container of boiled chicken, spinach or something.
Just plain boiled chicken and spinach.
Oh my god, man! How I could as someone who constantly indulges in a bunch of foods, I don't know how you could do that, man. That's insane.
It is a time.
Oh my goodness, I remember that too. It was just us three plus Jason and a few of our other friends pre-COVID, by the way.
Yeah,
and
COVID.
We would order 2 boxes of party-sized pizza and wings, and then Tim was with his boiled chicken and spinach, and we're oh, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, man. But hey, the diet worked out, man. You look good. You look good.
Yeah, I felt good, but yeah, you gotta get back on that. I think the biggest key is you have to have your own food there, because otherwise you're just gonna be hungry. And when other people eat, you're just gonna get tempted. So always have your water on you. Always have your if you meal prep, always have your containers with you so that you can eat. I think I got the idea from one of my ates, my sister-in-law. She's vegan, but she likes to go out and enjoy people's company. But usually when people go out and enjoy company, they go out to eat. And she doesn't want to burden everybody else with her dietary restrictions. So she always has her food. She's oh yeah, I'll come. I'll have a drink, water, lemonade wherever we go. But she won't eat because she has her own food prepped and she doesn't want to, be a bother. We have to find a vegan place. We have to find a vegetarian place. She gives people flexibility. She doesn't make her diet another person's problem,
So, yeah. Well,
that's nice of her.
Yeah.
Pro tips for if anyone wants to start a diet. Listen to this man. He did it for a while.
He did.
Honestly, Jason did too. If Jason was here, Jason would be listening.
Jason took it to a whole nother level.
He did.
He did a straight liquid diet. Yeah.
Oh yeah. And then there's James and me,
where we're just bubble tea.
For people looking to do the liquid diet though, like he did it with doctor supervision. So yeah, it's not recommended for just everybody.
Right.
Yeah. But yeah, we should, before we get too far into the diet, we'll move on to the next topic where we see the guys who are the only ones in the house. They're doing some of the dishes because the girls decided to go on their little girls' night out. And this is where Daiki actually tells Yosuke that he's leaving after his match, which was surprising for him, you know. And the big thing was that Daiki said that he wanted to really just spend his last like few days at the house really just enjoying it, you know, like he doesn't want to think about like anything too like dramatic. Like he's hoping that there's not going to be any like drama in the house before he leaves, and you know, fingers crossed, hopefully that doesn't happen for him. But we do also get to see the girls' night out. So what was really cool about this one was that the girls are really trying to learn more about Rina, which was really good for us because I feel like we didn't really know much about her either. So they asked her about her romantic life, and she talked about how she wants a guy that really focuses on himself, right? Which really sounds like the opposite of what another member wants, but shade, okay. But yeah, so the girls tell Rina that she should really like throw herself out there, but Rina then asks Midori about or I'm assuming that I guess their episodes have started to come out at that time, so they got to see Midori's little intro preview thing, where she was talking to her boyfriend, and then there was the whole like little line that she said about cheating up to 3 times, which we've already talked about because my goodness, like that's crazy.
Jeez.
But Midori, you know, she does say that it is a joke, you know, and she does talk about how it's pointless to go back to someone after cheating even one time. However, Midori also did say that she is gaining some sort of interest for Yosuke. And, you know, honestly, from what we can see, or at least from what I remember, the feeling seems to be pretty mutual between them. Like I don't know, the vibes, I can really see it. But she did say that Yosuke says that if someone does come after him, he doesn't really think it's gonna work. But I don't know, Cheska, like, what do you think about this whole Midori and Yosuke situation?
First of all, poor boyfriend. I forgot his name.
Yeah, I forgot his name too.
But like, damn, she like literally blurted it out on national Japanese television and internationally after that she's willing to cheat in a way. So I said in a way, she's like, if I were to cheat, which is like fine, yeah, because it's like a hypothetical, but it like after she said about Yosuke, it seems like she is like possibly willing to cheat if it's for Yosuke. I mean, this is the impression that I got, but I was like, damn, the poor boyfriend. Like, that's why Rina and Miwako were like, hey, if you're going to say that kind of stuff, you better tell your boyfriend now, or you better tell Yosuke now because it's going to be released later.
Yeah.
Right? That's what I was like, oh my God. And then about Yosuke saying like it won't work out if you were to date someone, I want to know why. I'm curious about that. Like, my biggest guess is like, oh, he might be too independent for people, that he won't probably give them the time of day. That would be my biggest guess, but like, I don't know. I'm curious.
I kind of ship Yosuke with Rika? Rina. So, yeah. I think because I don't know, after hearing her say like at dinner, like, yeah, she wants a guy who's a little bit more self-driven, focuses on himself, and Yosuke is also like, I don't know how to deal with like attention like coming from a woman, right? And it's like, oh, like, yeah, I feel like they work out really well, and also like I want to see them collab. I want to see two guitar scene. I feel like that'd be really cute.
Yeah, actually, I can see that, because the whole idea of like someone that focuses on himself, that is That's basically Yosuke.
That is him. Yeah.
Yeah.
And to go back just a little bit, I feel like,
But like not in a self-centered way.
oh yeah,
You know?
Oh yeah. 100%.
that's like he
Yeah.
knows where he's at in his career, and he's like working on himself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure Yosuke did say in an earlier episode that he is the type to chase, or at least when he's interested in a person, he's like very like narrow to like he's really trying to go after a person. So maybe that's why. Maybe he wants to be the chaser instead of the chasee.
That would make sense.
Maybe.
Okay.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. So that could be a thing. I don't know. I could be wrong.
Yeah.
Also, what was another thing I was going to say? I feel like Midori... Or no, I'm just... Okay. Oh, in the last episode, I believe, myself, Tim, and Jason... Or, well, we all talked about it, but I'm pretty sure we did talk about how Midori's boyfriend could be a simp. Which just makes me feel so bad for him. If Midori and Yosuke like develop a little more, I feel so bad for this guy. He's already simping over her. Like,
Yeah.
it just doesn't work out. Like, oh gosh.
Oh, that's why I was hoping if it was an open relationship between them two, then it would be like okay. But like, it's not. It really isn't. So you just feel bad for him.
Yeah.
Also, I related to Yosuke and Rina, like in terms of like what Rina wants, because that's exactly what I want. And then for Yosuke, it's like, oh, I'm like kind of independent and like don't know how to react when people are like be nice to me. Also, so I was like, oh damn, I kind of got attacked in that one scene. I was like, damn, it'd be like that, but it's okay.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Oh.
Cheska's threshold for compliments is really low, guys.
Oh, so low. When these two compliment me, I like kind of like I'm like.
No.
So to all our listeners and YouTube watchers, comments, guys, comments.
I'm gonna be like,
Yeah.
thank you.
I don't know how to respond to this.
We'll probably go in a panic mode for like 10 seconds and I'm like, okay, thank you.
Oh man. Well, moving on, we do get to see a beach. We get to see a bunch of people at a beach, which I don't know. My first gut reaction was like, why are all of y'all there? Just because of the times we're in. But I understand this is like years ago. But anyways, people at a beach. And we get to see behind one of the bars, or behind, is that called a sandbar?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or beach bar. Yeah.
Yeah. Behind one of like the sandbars, we get to see a very familiar face, and it was none other than Aya. So Miwako actually visits Aya at what is her work. And man, that was so crazy. They were catching up, and Miwako tells Aya that Daiki actually shut her down, and Aya gives some pretty decent advice, I think, because she says that if Daiki's leaving, then Miwako shouldn't have any regrets. Which, like, I'm pretty sure that's what she said. It was like it could have been lost in translation, but that's what it said for us. And I'm gonna be honest with y'all, I'm kind of confused by it.
Oh, okay. This is what I got from it. So I think she said once Daiki leaves, it's like a fresh start for her to move on.
Okay.
Yeah. So because like his presence is always there. So it's like kind of making things awkward, and she won't like forget about it. And then all of her regrets are coming back in.
Right.
So once he leaves, it's like, okay, fresh start. He's not there anymore. Let me try to get with another guy. I don't know. Like that kind of thing.
Or just not have him as a constant reminder.
Exactly. Yeah.
What could have been? Yeah.
Oh yeah. Poor Miwako. Oh my goodness.
Honestly,
this poor girl.
She's going through it, which is tough. But anyways, we do get back to the house where all of the members do meet in like the living room, and we find out that Rina's having a concert the next day. Sadly, Tae-chan says that he can't come because of the rehearsal. And then there was this like in that scene, I don't know, it felt kind of odd to me, but basically they talked about how a lot of like big events are coming up soon, whether it be like Daiki's fight or Tae-chan's show, just everything's kind of coming together. But anyways, we move on to the next day where Yosuke, Midori, Miwako, and Daiki all go to watch Rina's concert. And yeah, we got to see her perform again, and I liked her song. I thought it was pretty good. Like, lyrically, I felt like she was telling a little bit of a story. And I love that. You love to hear that kind of stuff, which is nice.
Yeah.
But then after the concert, all of them, minus Daiki, because once again, dietary restrictions, go out to eat after. And Midori actually, oh my gosh. Tim, you have words for this. I know you do. But basically, Midori tells Rina that her performance made her realize that she hasn't lived her life.
Okay, like, that was Rina's night. She killed it, did an amazing performance, and like, I don't know. The first thing I hear Midori say is like all I hear are like I statements. I, me. You inspire. Like, I was just like, no, it's not about you. Like, it's about Rina tonight. She's like, I'm so tired of Midori. Like,
oh yikes! She's like been here like 2-3 episodes.
Yeah.
I mean, like, okay, she's causing drama and it's kind of stirring the pot, but also like, no, she comes off to me as like self-centered. Like,
I see,
and I mean, yeah, a lot of red flags with relationships and stuff, but.
Damn, I've never seen Tim hate a Terrace House member that much since Masato. Oh, wait, no, there's OG. But I don't know if you hated OG that much.
I'm pretty sure I hate OG more just because of his indifference and lack of character. Like, I mean, like, at least... Okay, well, like...
So this is going to be a little off-topic bit.
Okay.
But, like, I was on Reddit the other day.
Okay.
And someone made a post about OG, basically saying like what he's up to now. The guy is a super genius.
Oh.
Yeah, like the guy is like insanely smart. He's like the top 0.2% of all of Japan in like this like test or whatever.
What?
Sure, okay.
Yeah.
So he could get a MacArthur Genius Grant if he was in America.
Yeah, so the guy's basically a genius. And they talked about how maybe the fact that he was like so smart kind of skewed his like, or well, to be that smart you have to be like studying all the time and just you're never talking to anyone at any point. So the guy, like, maybe the guy just never really talked like he went from basically being by himself to living with 5 other people. You know, so maybe he just didn't know, guys. I don't know. I'm not justifying anything that he's done, but like...
You're giving him the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah.
A little bit. Like, I feel like it all kind of makes sense hearing that the guy's a super genius and that he spends like all of his time alone, basically.
Yeah. He doesn't have social cues. That's the thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he can't be that smart if he didn't see how like how much of a dime like.
There's a difference between book smarts and street smarts.
Yeah.
How smart can you really be then?
Hey, no. Tim, he doesn't have emotional intelligence. He has book intelligence.
But yeah, so anyways, that guy, he's not in the house anymore. We're probably never going to see him again. But
yes.
Talking about little bits of inspiration, and talking about just Midori a little bit more, she did talk about how she has always wanted to become like a producer, you know, and she says that Rena's performance kind of inspired her to really want to try to like at least go for it or something like that. And we also hear that Rena's performance also inspired Yosuke to take that next step in his career as well. I believe there was some sort of project that he was kind of waiting on for like the approval of someone.
Gallery. I think he was going to debut his photos and then pushed for like an earlier time frame, I think.
Yeah, exactly. So they were trying to like, initially it was probably going to be after the summer or whatever, and he was basically trying to get the company to basically change his booking from then to somewhere in the like the midsummer, maybe September area, which is good. It's like, it's crazy that one performance can inspire a group of people like that. It was really cool. We even may or may not have seen a couple tears from Midori during the performance. You know. But yeah, it was really cool. It was really nice. So we move on to the next morning, where we see the girls in the kitchen, and that's when they make their special meal for Daiki. And when they were making it, Miwako was talking about how she learned a few of like these cooking tips from Hana, and how it's like, yeah, like she doesn't think it's gonna be as good as like a normal bento box or anything, just because she's not like a chef herself or anything like that. But yeah, they make the bento, and on his way out, in the most dramatic sense, as he's leaving the house, she's like, Daiki, stop. And then she basically gives him the bento box. And back at the Target gym, Daiki sits down and he enjoys the meal. He admits that there are some differences, you know, in terms of quality, mainly some thicker slices of some of the pieces, in terms of the actual like food itself, but he says that he enjoyed it nonetheless. And he does say this one thing where he talks about being a simple guy who really likes these like simple little gestures.
A simple guy.
That's his love language. Acts of service.
Yeah, so that was nice. It was very nice for him. He really liked it. His friend was looking jealous. Like when he was eating it, he's like, oh, you have another bento box? Oh my god. But yeah, but speaking of bento boxes, when we were watching the episode, we did kind of talk about like when she first mentioned that she wanted to make a bento box. I was like, we've literally seen this before. Hana's already made him a bento box in preparation for his fight. And I remember Tim was like, oh, it looks like we're seeing some recycling happening over here. Like, like I get it that it's very thoughtful, because what else would you do for someone who's on a diet, right? And someone that's been eating just straight tofu and noodles every day. You want to make a little bento box of things that will taste a little bit better.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It might just be me, because I really liked Hana and Daiki together, even if they're not together anymore. But I'm just like, you couldn't think of something like a little different?
You could be a little original.
Yeah.
I like it.
If you want to be
Call her out,
than
James.
just another housemate, maybe do something different from someone that he already had a relationship with. Like, do something different.
Damn straight.
Well, okay, in her defense, I think it's difficult to do it around a time that he's like, what is it? Losing weight and prepping for a match. Because basically, whatever she's thinking of, I'm pretty sure Hana has done it. Right? Like going on a run. That would have been cool. I'm pretty sure Hana did that. So, like, in her defense, I think there's not much you can do while he's prepping for a match. Like, if it was at a different time, I think she would have been more original.
Okay.
It's like, sure, whatever.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't know. It makes me think of like maybe when she was making it and when she was like giving it to Daiki. It made me think that like hey, I can be your Hana, you know, like that. But it's like no one can replace Hana. I just really liked Hana.
I mean, we all do, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, but I don't know. That's just me. That's just what I think. I don't know if y'all have any thoughts about the actual bento box itself. We didn't really actually see the bento box too much itself, other than when he was actually eating it. But I don't know. The gesture was nice, but kind of unoriginal, if I'm being honest.
Okay, well, I mean...
Damn!
Okay.
What? Okay, do you have anything, Tim, or?
Well, because, like, you know, like, classics work for a reason, you know? Like, making somebody food, like, I mean, clearly it worked to a degree.
Yeah.
It did spark some interest.
Oh.
You know, we'll get to that.
We'll get to it.
Yeah. Trust the process.
Oh boy. Okay. Well, we've already hinted at it for a little bit, but we do get to see Daiki going into the girls' room just to say thank you and how he really enjoyed the bento box. Well, he said it was all right. But you know, he said it was good, I guess. But
this is all right.
Yeah.
Like
that part was kind of unimportant because the next part is what really kind of hit it home, because we get to the guys' room where Tae-chan is just kind of going over his lines with himself, wherein Daiki comes in and he tells Tae-chan that Miwako made him a bento. And this isn't a direct quote, at least I don't think it is. It's kind of just like paraphrasing a bit of what Daiki said in this scene. But he did say, when she does stuff like this, it's hard for me to not have wavering feelings. Huh?
See? It worked. It worked.
The Hana stan and James is screaming.
It worked.
Like, I get it. I'm a simple guy too, you know, like little gestures and stuff like that. That's really nice. We even talked about it a little bit, like after the episode, how stuff like texting first, you know.
But okay,
Meal.
I mean, like from my perspective, it seems too easy. You know?
Well, okay, those things.
Oh,
really, guys? Really?
That easy. It really is. If you like a guy, like it's the little thing. Okay,
We're simple.
We're simple.
Like,
yes.
damn, like that's all it takes.
Yeah, y'all don't gotta do much.
If a guy's like interested in you, right, and you want to express interest back, it's the little things. Think of them like, well, if you've never had a dog before, but like think of them like a dog and like how happy they are to see you.
Did you just compare guys to an animal?
I mean, we do.
In terms of like affection and like that dynamic of like, we're happy to see, like, you know, if you know the man's a proper man and not just, you know, like, you know, having you as a side or whatever, fucking around. Like, if he's genuinely interested in you, and like he will show it. Like, that's why he's like, oh, we're happy to see you. We're happy to like do things. And if you express that back, that equal amount of attention, even like if it's just a little thing, like texting first or calling first, or like even like, hey, super busy day, but like had a quick break at lunch, just checking in, goes a long way. Like,
yeah,
a lot of guys' love languages are either words of affirmation or
acts of service.
Acts of service. Yeah.
All right. I mean, that's my love language too, but I think for me, it's like on a bigger scale. Like if I have a performance that I really want this person to come and watch and they show up, that's what I think of like acts of service, right? Or like just coming to a big event.
Yes.
That's what I think is acts of service for me.
Yeah.
Right. But like, damn, I didn't think it would be like that small as like texting.
No, yeah. It's a little like, it's the day to day. It's like, you know, like doing the dishes before you come home, or like, you know, like,
yeah, like stuff like that can really like put it over the top, you know? Like, yeah, it's honestly, guys don't really like, we don't really need much.
No, we don't. We really don't.
Okay, so here's my question. Okay, it's about the texting part. So if a girl is trying to be nice and just text you, would you guys fall for that? Like fall over for it, or? But if they're not interested in you, but they're just texting you just to be nice.
Yeah, to be honest, unless they like directly say that, like, hey, I'm not interested in you, then unless y'all are already like friends prior, and this is kind of like already a thing that you did, like if it was like, let's just say like it's someone that you met, right, and like y'all got like each other's numbers. If she's doing stuff like that, like texting first or giving little updates, it shows, or it gives off the idea that they're thinking about you. You know, like in their day, they're like, oh wait, there's this guy, maybe I should give him a little update. You know, that you're thinking about them, and and then the guy will be like, oh snap, yo, she's
thinking about me. Yeah.
I see.
Yeah, so it's another sense of affirmation for the guy.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Yeah, because when you guys were explaining that, I thought it was like, damn, guys are low-key dense, because if they don't understand a girl's text because they're being nice, and that's probably being dense.
We're not dense. We're just simple.
Yeah,
but simplicity could also lead to dense.
Whoa, but it doesn't have to.
It doesn't have to, you're right, but some guys might lead it to like they're being dense and not getting the hint, you know?
Hints. Why do they gotta be hints? Why can't you just be outright like, hey, yo?
Well, if they're like, nah, I'm busy. If they're saying I'm busy every single day.
Well, yeah, we take the hint then, but
okay.
like, why not just say I'm not interested?
Oh no, they don't want to break your heart.
Oh my god. Worst one is just ghosting. Like, I got a couple boys who are single right now, and they're just like on Bumble, on Tinder, on all of that, right? And it's like, just don't drop mid conversation. Like they've shown me chats, and I'm like, that's cold. Like they're in the middle of a convo, and it'll be like, and it's going well, and then he'll just like, she'll stop. She'll just dead stop, and then.
Hey, I mean, okay, I've ghosted a few people. Yes, I've done it, but there are times where it is necessary to ghost guys.
Okay, if they're creepy, fine. If they're being like really creepy, like yeah, sure. But like, like
I'll tell you guys after. Just you two, but like.
Okay. Off the book.
Yeah, you guys will understand my point after the fact.
to reiterate, like nice guys
finish last.
You
guys remember that song? Yeah.
If you just tell them, they will understand. Just because, guys, I'm not gonna say dense, but we just don't want to be like played around with, we like, yeah, like Preach. Girls say they don't want to play these games, guys don't want to play the games either, it's really good. It really goes both ways. But to not get too far into
oh yeah, right.
I don't want to go too far off topic, so before we talk more about that stuff, I'm gonna end the episode here. So as I said, Daiki potentially has some wavering feelings for Miwako, right? And to end off the episode, we do see like the green board that they have on their wall where Daiki's match is in 3 days. Yep. And Miwako tells the girls that she is going to reiterate her feelings for him after his fight. And then the episode ends. But before that, like, they do the closing door thing, but then we do get to hear from the panel again. And one thing that they did say, which I guess applies to the scene that we just watched, was the fact that, like, obviously, like, Daiki already kind of had, if he has these wavering feelings that he says he does, like, obviously he went into that conversation already having like those wavering feelings because of like the whole bento box stuff. Right. But they did say that Taechan was really kind of like pushing it home, you know, with not even like directly saying it, but even doing things like when he told her that he got a bento box, Taechan was like, "Oh wow, really?" He's like, "Oh wow, that's really cute. That's really nice."
Instigator.
So nice.
Such an instigator.
So yeah, Taechan is really getting this stuff going. But yeah, before we end off the episode, I just want to get your thoughts on everything, what you think is going to happen next. If my calculations are correct, I believe that Daiki's fight should be next episode. So knowing all the information that we do know now, what do you think? Do you think Daiki's going to win?
Oh, because I didn't even think about that.
Panelists did also say that they think that Daiki's going to win the next match because he's kind of like, he's on a little bit of a high now because of these like wavering feelings, I guess. Like maybe he has like, like you could tell at the end of the episode, he is kind of giddy.
Right.
So they think that he's going to win. But what do you guys think?
I want him to win, but I think he's going to lose because just cause.
Yeah.
Because like it's been too good. I feel like
he won both times.
Like he's got a good run, but like I think odds are against him. But I want him to win. I think he has the capability to win because I think in his second bout was the rough one. I think when him and Hana split, right?
Yes.
Wait, was there a fight where they split? No, right? Because the first fight he won, and then he's like, "All right, Hana, you're like,
I think
my gal."
I think there's only been the one fight that we've seen.
No, wasn't there?
There's
fight?
two fights.
There were two fights.
Okay, no. I remember this. Yeah.
There was like the international fight, right?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. That's the
second
one.
fight. I think like Hana was not there to help him at all, and they were on the decline.
Yeah.
And like I think there was like a looming breakup or just a breakup like on his mind, and he still won. Yeah. So I feel like Daiki can completely win, but also like I wouldn't be surprised if he lost, like just because odds are against him. And, you know, I also want to see how he is. Like a true character shows when you take an L, when you lose. Like it's easy to be the guy when you win and live that life, but I want to see what he's like after a loss.
Yeah, I mean, there has to be a loss somewhere. Like, I don't know. I really don't know. You could win, you could lose. I literally have no idea. Unless he could lose because not a lot of people are going to show up to his match. Right? So maybe that lack of support system won't be there. Like, you know, would be on his mind, and then he could probably lose.
I mean, it's mainly just Taechan and potentially Miwako.
Yeah, but
it's just them two?
His girlfriend was absent for his second fight.
Oh, and that didn't really bother him.
Yeah.
He made it work.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know. We'll see.
He's claimed victory over a lot of adversity. I don't think this one's any different. Yeah. So he's got a strong chance of winning.
Right.
I think from narratively speaking, him taking an L.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I am afraid for if he loses because I don't know, or it all really just depends on how he reacts to losing. Because realistically, I want him to win. I can see a situation in which he wins, but I think he's gonna lose. And if he loses, and if he doesn't take the loss, great. What's gonna happen with the whole conversation between him and Miwako? Because Miwako says she's gonna tell him after the fight. And if he's going on a win, you know, he'll be in good spirits, so they'll be good for a talk. But what if Daiki just doesn't want to talk to anyone because of his loss? You know, like what if the loss is bad? Like what if he gets knocked out? Like,
and it's not by decision; it's by knockout.
Because you know, I've never been in that situation, but I would think that going out on a knockout is probably the most embarrassing type of loss, right?
Oh yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, you're thinking of a knockout. Yeah.
No, like it doesn't even have to be a knockout, but like I'm just thinking of like how's he gonna react to losing?
Not well.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Not well if it's knockout.
As a competitor and as an athlete, athletes don't take losses well.
That's true. Yeah.
So I don't know what type of spirits he's going to be in, if he's even going to want to talk to Miwako after his fight.
Oh,
so
that's interesting.
I don't know.
That's interesting. Yeah, I guess it all depends on the fight, but I feel like best case scenario, Miwako and Daiki are going to talk about their feelings. They'll probably try to make it work after he leaves. Then nothing would happen after that.
Oh, yikes.
That's what I think. I don't know, because like he's still like kind of sus about his own feelings towards Miwako. So like, if anything, if he is trying to make it work and then he realizes that he actually doesn't like her, then it'll end.
He did say that the feelings were wavering. So yeah. All right, Tim. Any additional thoughts? Doesn't even have to be Daiki related. Like anything.
Oh yeah, true.
Think I'm good. Yeah.
Okay. Anything with what's her name? Midori, Yosuke? You think anything will happen?
I feel like Midori is gonna get rejected.
I
think
yeah.
he's gonna try and make a move and get rejected.
Okay.
Or her, I don't know. I feel like
Her boyfriend steps in?
Something's gonna slip because she was just saying things at dinner. And if it wasn't for the other two girls, she wouldn't have known that she just outed herself on TV. You know what I mean? So I feel like that something's gonna happen there. I hope she just has a straight up talk with her boyfriend and just ends things cleanly. I hope she does the mature thing. I feel like I look at Yosuke and Midori and I feel like no, like she seems very immature in terms of like relationship wise and how she would go about things. And I don't think Yosuke would want to deal with that. Not that he doesn't have the patience to do that, but like I just don't see it. Like why would he? Versus say Rina. And
Interesting.
Those are my final thoughts.
Okay. Yeah, Chess, any thoughts on the additional members?
I mean, I'm curious to see what Taechan's play looks like.
I was gonna say that would be at this around the same time. Do you think you're gonna go back and forth?
Oh, like a cool montage between the fight and the play. Yeah. Oh, that would be interesting. I would like to see that.
That could be really cool.
Yeah. And then you see like everyone applauding for Taechan and then like imagine Daiki losing. That would, or the other way around is like, oh, Taechan's play sucks and then Daiki wins. It's like, yo.
Yeah. And then the episode would be titled A Tale of Two Dances.
Oh.
Oh man, okay, we'll see. We'll see what happens, and we will get there. But as I said, the episode ends, and so does ours. But before we go, Tim, you do have another reminder for us, don't you?
Yes, I do. To all of our lovely listeners and watchers, we, the panel, a Terrace House podcast, can be found on all podcasting platforms. That's Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and more obscure stuff that I can't remember off the top of my head. But if I ever want to get it back in my head, I can go to our Anchor, anchor.fm/we-the-panel. And also you can find us here on YouTube. Look down below. And while you're down there, maybe click that big red button and maybe the notification bell to keep up with all things We the Panel. You can also take a look at our Instagram run by Mr. James himself for all behind the scenes stuff, like fun edits and tidbits and all upcoming news with us. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, nice. All right. We do also have our own personal socials. So starting with our resident TikToker, Cheska, where can we find you on the internet?
You will find me on both Instagram and TikTok at Cheska Camille _. And been binge watching a lot of musicals lately, so don't expect me to post a lot of TikToks about musical theater again, so that'll be fun.
Ooh.
Nice. And of course, we do have the birthday boy here with us, Tim. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Thank you very much.
And where can we find you on the internet?
You guys can find me on Instagram. Links down below, but it's Timbit1997. Twitch, link down below, but I haven't streamed in quite some time.
True.
My YouTube channel down below. Haven't uploaded in quite some time. You guys are going to see a recurring theme. But yeah, all links down below. And where can we find you, our music / editor / video producer guy
/ everything
/ Instagram guy?
Yeah, see, that's why the uploads have been so stagnant. No, you can find me, here at We the Panel. Terrace House Podcast. I did your bit before.
Oh, my bit. I forgot. It's been quite some time. That was my bit. Dang. No.
Yeah, you can find me here. I also do have my personal YouTube channel where I have some covers and stuff like that. You can also find me on Instagram, where I post a couple pictures. I also have a music Instagram where I post other music stuff. You can also, if you want to follow me there, you can talk to me about Terrace House. I've also been caught up with Loki.
Oh,
I'm still watching it.
I still haven't finished Winter Soldier.
Oh my goodness. You're way behind.
I've been getting more into Star Wars. I've been keeping up with like Bad Batch and Mandalorian. So
well, let me just say, the past episode, pretty spicy.
Oh,
right on,
I'm getting there.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah.
What else have I been watching?
High School Musical, the series.
The series.
It got so good.
This past episode was very emotional.
I was not prepared for the emotions that day. Anyways.
Yeah. Tim will find his way to actually watching the show. We will make him do it. But yeah, I'll also throw Jason's
links down below. Yeah,
his link. Yeah, all of our links will be down below in the description. But once again, from myself, Tim, and Cheska, we the panel, and we will see you guys next time. Bye.
Bye, guys. Sleep warmly, y'all.
Happy birthday to you.
Is that copyright music? We don't know.
All right.
And cut.